What's up YouTube, and welcome back to Life of a Jobbing Plumber. In this episode we've got a Vailiant, which is an old girl that no heat, no hot water call out to, and a toilet which pneumatic siphon. Oh, that just means money because they're so expensive to fix, I find anyway. So yeah, a couple of jobs in for you. I found it thoroughly interesting, this episode, if I do say so myself. But it's currently peeing down and I've just cracked an alloy on the van, so just had to swap it for my spare. Absolutely mint. Vans shouldn't have alloys on. Not 20-inch ones anyway. Let's get into it. Mint. Look at this girl. It's a Vailiant Thermocompact. I've been called out to. It's not lighting, it's a system boiler. Let's see, where the hell do you reset it? What the hell is that? Is that it? Never seen one of these before. It's a room thermostat. Oh no. Fan's working. It's trying to light. Still trying to. Let's see what gas valve's doing then, because it hasn't lit. Right, so I've just connected my manometer on the inlet test point to the gas valve. I'm going to then jump to screen record for you so you can see what happens when it tries to ignite. So as you can see, we've got 23 millibar standing pressure. I'm going to close the gas isolation tap underneath the boiler and I'll allow it to light. And when it tries to ignite, that pressure should drop off. As you can see, it's not really moving anywhere. So that tells me the gas valve isn't opening. I closed off, if it's going to focus, the gas isolation tap down there and then tried to relight it. As you can see on the screen record, the pressure didn't drop. So that symbolises to me that gas valve isn't opening. So I've just traced the cable back from the gas valve to the board. I've got my probe on the live connection and the one on the earth. I'm going to power it up and see if we get 240 there. Reset it. Well, it wouldn't even try and ignite with the plug disconnected, so I've stubbed my probe through the live cable there, if you can see that. I'll try it again. Well, that didn't open. I'd say it's going to be the board. What's at fault? Grim. So yeah, as you can see, that is going to be a printed circuit board. Printed circuit, yeah, said it right, PCB. If I can get one, happy days, because I'm sure it's going to be miles better for the customer. They're elderly, and easier for me just to change the board on it. Although it didn't look like the easiest thing to change, and there's two. Obviously I'm going to be needing the one with the gas valve side on, plug on, but let's just see if we can get hold of one first. Vailiant are normally pretty good at keeping stock on old parts and etc. I suppose it goes down to cost as well. But you can see what goes on in my head when I go out to a no heating, no hot water fault, the logistics I take, and the diagnostic procedure that I follow, which is all self-taught really. So if anything's wrong, I've only got myself to blame. I'm back at this one to replace the PCB. Customers opted for a reconditioned one. There's 2 boards in this, and obviously they've sent both. Hopefully this will cure the issue. Gas valve's one of these 2, I can't remember which one it is, I think it's that one. So yeah, we'll hopefully just have to replace this one board, although we've got all the wiring terminals on it, and I don't think that plugs in. No, I'm gonna have to unwire them all, so let's get this cover down first. So obviously power's off and tested for dead. Just got a screw here, one here, that should lift off that panel, and one down the side here. Right, now before I get into this, what I'd recommend doing is taking a photo of all the terminals, cables, where they're going. Pretty self-explanatory though. I think you've got one live cable in. Oh yeah, just take a picture. Just take a picture before disconnecting anything. You can see where all the plugs go and stuff in. This should just be a plug and play board. I don't know how it's held in just yet. Might just slide out. We'll see. I think there's just that boiler plug down there, which is, looks like it's connected to the bottom board, which is stopping it from coming out, I think. Can't see anything obvious, like anything's burnt out or anything like that. That's just my eyes. Check it looks the same as the new one. Different. That's different, but I don't think that'll make a difference. Everything else looks pretty damn good. I'm going to refit now this in reverse order. Right, I think that is all back in. I think before I rebuild it, I've just missed this. It's got a little groove in. Just got to plug in the bottom of my board. Just need to line them 2 up. I don't know whether you'll be able to see it. Just there. So we're out after. Why have we got nothing on screen yet? Right, so slight little mishap. The reason why I had no power to this board is because that blue plug right at the bottom underneath that red fuse there wasn't all the way home. So yeah, now we have lights on the display, so let me see if this thing will fit back in now. Now I've got it in. I've located home properly. Right, reset. Oh, you absolute beauty. Sounds like it's full of air, like. Pressure does need topping up a little bit. Just have to do some tests now. Make sure it's efficient, working efficiently, set up right, burner pressure. I'm not going to show all that because I'm going to start getting moaned at about people showing things, how to do stuff on YouTube, doing too much on the gas side. Absolute bliss. Oh yes, there's no sweeter sign than when you've repaired something, especially something of this age. Keep her going. The reason for keeping this girl going is The gas pipe's in 15mm, and it's an integral cupboard with no route for a condensate pipe, so it's easier to fix it than it is to replace. Although you do get a lot more satisfaction out of fixing one than just throwing one in. Test complete, cover back on. Temperature dial's rising. Happy days. On to the next one. This one I've been called out to is a toilet not flushing properly. And what's happening is you've got to properly press it firmly to get it to flush. So I'll whip the front cover off. One-handed is always absolutely fantastic. I'm going to need two hands. Like that. And we're on a pneumatic siphon. So instead of like a cable operated flush, it works on air, like a little vacuum. When you press the button, it shoots a dart of air and lifts up the siphon inside here. So I've been out to this because, well, I needed to order the parts. I've got the parts here. I bought both button and siphon because I wasn't sure which one it was, and I didn't want to be going for multiple visits. The button was the most expensive bit at 40 odd quid. But I did see at the time you can replace the bellows in this. And they're about 12 quid. But has anyone ever done that before? Because I've never done it and didn't want this job being the experimental one. What can also happen is these little tubes, air tubes, can get splits in and it loses the amount of air pressure you press on the button before it reaches the siphon, and that can be an issue. But I did check them all and I did cut off the ends and put them back on to make sure it wasn't that. But we'll try the button first to see whether this is what the issue is. Yes, I know I'm using the grips the wrong way. It's because I'm holding the camera with my right hand. We'll give it a try. Probably was just the button, but I've got a new siphon anyway, so I'll swap them both. Rubber washer and locking nut. I had to cut the old one off, hence why there's a mark in it. Well, this is the back side, so it shouldn't make a difference. Well, it won't make a difference. Not shouldn't, it won't. For God's sake. Right, now this should just twist out like any other. Shouldn't need to turn the water off. Lift that out now. God damn it, should have unpacked me a new one. Just going to locate on these two locking nuts inside the harness, the cradle down there. It's probably going to be easier said than done. Let's try to hold the phone. Alright, so I managed to lock it in that way around. It doesn't make a difference what way round it is. Turn into Jonathan Wass then. Obviously these don't need to be that long, so shorten them to about there, and then I'll reuse the new hose from the lid to the button. Don't know why it needs the two, because obviously there's only, although there's two on there, the button's only actually got one function anyway, I think. Well, yeah, it has, it's only got one connection on it. So I'll put it back the way it was, but they still only have one hose to the button anyway. Right, so blue to half flush, clear to full flush. The easiest things in the world to get on, but that's a good thing, I suppose. Terrible camera angle, sorry. I need to replace this because this is the old one as well. So this time I've put it on the full flush. It was on the bottom one before, that's a half flush anyway, so I'll try it on both, see what happens. You're pushing it back to make sure that tube doesn't get trapped on anything. And don't drop the front plate. No, it's not doing anything on that function, so I'll swap it to the way they had it. I've just swapped that from top to bottom. Try again. I'd say that's only a half flush though, but it doesn't work on the other way around. I'm going to take the cover off and just see how much it actually dumps out. If you look at the washer on that as well, it's all dimpled up with air bubbles, so it was on its way out, that washer anyway. That would have been another callback, wouldn't it, for something that wasn't even my fault if I just changed the button. Right, let's see how much it flushes out. Can't press the button. Full flush, isn't it? Beautiful. Put it back together again. One more for good luck. I've worked out just press and let go is half flush, press and hold is full flush, like a lot of toilets work. Don't worry, it's not my first time, although it would seem it. So thank you very much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't click like now and consider subscribing, please. I want a massive push. I'd like to hit 10k this year. So obviously February, 10 months, 1,000 a month. Pff, I think I'm dreaming. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.